10 new fragrances, 5 still sealed. We're opening them right now. We'll start with the elephant and we'll end with the dragon. And we're gonna start with French Avenue's Thunder Extrait. As the name says, it's an Extrait de Parfum, and I got this one just for the bottle. And it seems like it's gonna smell good because it's like a Dior Homme Intense type of scent, but let's see. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna open this off camera and then we'll pull it out. Okay, and this is one I've been excited to try. This is a clone of the Omniscient Mr. Thompson, I guess, from Penhaligon's. I like this one because I think the bottle is super unique and super cool. So there you can see you got the name on the side of the bottle, and then you've got this giant elephant's head. Let's see how it looks. Well, it's not really as heavy as I thought, but still pretty cool, if you can see that. And the box is kind of just your standard box, nothing too special. We'll move that out of the way, and let's try to put this one, actually let's do this one on skin. Wow, that's nice. It's actually really nice. I'm gonna put it on the other wrist too. Yeah, so it does have that Dior Homme Intense kind of vibe. You got the powdery iris. There's like a little bit of like nuttiness in there. Very nice, very clean. I would say it's sophisticated. Great night out fragrance. Really excited about this one. But let's take a look at the notes. It opens with a waxy iris and sharp elemi. The mid brings creamy sesame and warm vanilla, drying down to smooth cedarwood and tonka bean. So this is an Extrait de Parfum, so I would expect maybe 8 hours on skin, and you're gonna get soft to medium projection. This is more of a classy fragrance. It's not gonna be a beast mode type of scent, but very enjoyable and definitely does not disappoint. So let's move that over there and let's get to the next one. Next up, we're gonna do a drugstore cheapie. This is Perry Ellis Midnight. And this is a fragrance that I think people are really sleeping on. This is a really nice fragrance. So this has, first off, you look at the packaging, it's kind of a basic bottle, but it almost has like a rubberized feel to it, and it's matte black, so it doesn't really get fingerprints, which I appreciate. But a lot of people compare this to something from the Azzaro Most Wanted line. And I get what that comparison comes from, but the dry down reminds me of something else. Let's get this on paper. Yeah, it smells great. The dry down for me, this reminds me a little bit of YSL Myself. Now this actually came out before Myself, so it's not like a clone, they weren't trying to copy it. This was original. And what that is, it's very modern smelling. And I think it's because they both have a really strong heart of orange blossoms. And I think that's where the similarity is. And then they kind of both have a smooth dry down, but they kind of go in different directions. This one's more of like a vanilla and amber dry down, where I think YSL Myself is more of a woods type of dry down. But like I said, very nice fragrance, highly underrated. If you see this one, scoop it up. I really like this one, and we'll put the notes up. It opens with crisp apple and warm cinnamon. The mid brings aromatic rosemary and orange flower, drying down to creamy vanilla and smooth amber. And with this one, you're gonna get 6 to 8 hours on skin with like a moderate sillage. Very nice fragrance. It may be a drugstore cheapie, but don't sleep on that one. I kind of want to do this one. This is Lattafa's Niche Emirati Zikra. Yeah, Zikra. And this one's kind of neat because it has a really nice looking bottle. So we'll see. I kind of have an idea what this is, but we'll check it out together. And I think my bottle's loose in here, so hopefully it's not damaged. But let's go ahead and see if we can't get that opened. Okay, that should be good. Let's see how this thing's gonna open here. Got a little card inside there. Whoop. Okay. Ooh, nice presentation. Let's move the box out of the way here. Take a look at that. Very, very nice. Do not know how this is going to open, so I don't want to spill this out, so I'm going to set it down. It looks like it falls open like this. Oh, no, like this. There you go. Take a look. See how it looks. Yep, it was definitely loose in there. Kind of nice. You can see they've taken some time. It's kind of got a high-end looking interior of that box there. Let's close that up. We'll move it out of the way, and let's take a look at the bottle. It's kind of a fancy bottle. Yeah, this is like the theme of this video is going to be really fancy bottles. This is kind of cool looking. It's going to look nice on the shelf. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. Okay, so I know that this is supposed to be a clone of Killian's Angel Share. So let's see how it is. It's one of my favorite fragrances. I don't know if it's a one-to-one or a twist, but let's see. Ooh, that's really nice. It's one-to-one. No twist going on here. So you have that sort of apple pie smell that, you know, Angel Share is famous for. You get the cognac on top. It's really good. No complaints, nice bottle, great fragrance. Very close to the original fragrance, I would say. It opens with a boozy cognac and sharp spice. The mid brings warm cinnamon and creamy tonka, drying down to a sweet praline and vanilla base. Anyways, this is going to have a very strong performance. I can tell you that just by the type of fragrance that it is, the type that's going to last well into the next day on skin and on clothing. Very good performer for sure. So let's move on to the next one, and let's do, this is Lattafa's Mishlah. I don't know too much about this one, but I did get this one because it's supposed to be a clone of a newer fragrance. So let's go ahead and crack this open and we'll talk about what it's a clone of. Okay, and this is supposed to be a clone of Spice Bomb's Metallic Musk, which, to be honest, I think I've maybe smelled it in a store in passing, but it's not a scent that I'm that familiar with. So I can tell you if it smells good, but I can't tell you how close it is to the original fragrance. Okay, so let's take a look at the bottle. Again, Lattafa Mishlah. Strange name, strange bottle. I guess that's the front of it. Let's crack it open and see how it smells. Nice atomizer. Nice. It's very modern smelling. I'd say it's peppery. Yeah, I do get that metallic edge, I guess. Very clean, very modern. You can smell that Spice Bomb DNA kind of buried in there too. Nothing groundbreaking, but a nice fragrance. I enjoy it. It opens with sharp black pepper and bright bergamot. The mid brings powdery iris and green petitgrain, drying down to a smoky incense and clean metallic musk base. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one doesn't wow me. It's clean, it's modern. I don't smell a lot of things that are in the notes that we just talked about. Nice fragrance though. Let's move it out of the way. And let's get on to the next one, which, let's do this one. And this is one that's already opened, but it's been sitting on a shelf so that I could review it. So this is Armaf's Christian Provenzano 2. And I've reviewed Christian Provenzano 1 and 3. So this will be the last one that I do. So it slides open like this. You can see nice, very nice presentation. You've got a card here inside. Your notes are on the back. Very high-end presentation. This is supposed to, I think, like be almost a niche sort of fragrance, because this is done with a master perfumer, Christian Provenzano, who actually I had a chance to meet when I was at a fragrance conference in New York in December, and very nice guy, and I think very highly of this line of fragrances. And this one is a clone of Oud Maracuja. So if you're familiar with that, let's just take a look at the bottle real quick. This is a total fingerprint magnet, but a very high quality bottle. Very nicely done. All the bottles in this line look exactly the same. They just have a different color band around the front of them. And as I was saying, this is a clone of Oud Maracuja. So this one is one that's going to be pretty strong and sort of niche. So I don't think it's going to be for everybody. So let's get this on paper and check it out. As you can see, it has a very nice atomizer. And man, it's a gorgeous smell. But I'm going to say this is going to be sort of polarizing, just like Oud Maracuja. So with this, it's like passion fruit, oud, and leather. That's really what I get. And I'm sure there's a lot more notes in that, but that's pretty much the sum of the fragrance in my book. But it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, but like it smells very niche. It's going to be a special occasion fragrance for cool weather. You can't wear this in the summertime. It's heavy, it's dense, it's powerful. But let's take a look at the notes. It opens with a vibrant passion fruit and spicy saffron. The mid brings dark smoky oud and earthy patchouli, drying down to a warm leather and velvety amber base. And this one has excellent performance. It's the kind of fragrance that you'll still be smelling the next day, and you'll be getting compliments a long time after you put it on. Very well done, very high quality fragrance, like pretty much niche quality with this one. So let's move on and let's do this one next. This is Rasasi's Amber Alive. Again, this one's completely unboxed, so we won't spend too much time on it. but just to see, I think it has a pretty nice presentation. It's got like a faux wood cap. And this is supposed to be a clone of Drakkar Noir, which, believe it or not, it's kind of interesting because I had a lot of friends that used to wear this in high school back in the day. This is an old fragrance, but it's a classic, smells great. But what's funny is that this is a $20 fragrance, so I don't know why they would clone it and probably charge $35 or whatever they're charging, but let's take a look. So we'll smell this. Very high quality atomizer on there. Yeah, you immediately get this. Very close, pretty much 1-to-1. And basically, so you have this herbal pine thing going on. Smells like a shaving cream, like a high-end shaving cream. That's what the smell is on this. But again, it's a classic scent. It's love it or hate it. I happen to like it very much. I just don't really understand the need for this clone when this is a $20 fragrance, but who knows? Let's take a look at the notes. It opens with fresh lavender and clean pine. The mid brings spicy black pepper and a smooth leather touch, drying down to a warm resinous amber and earthy patchouli base. So this dries down in a more amber direction than the original fragrance. It's supposed to also outperform it. I can't say for sure because I haven't fully tested it, but this one's not known for having the best performance, so that's not a high bar to meet. Anyways, this is a $20 fragrance, so I don't know, I think you could reapply it for that price, but here we go, we have this. So I'm gonna clean up the desk a little bit and we'll get on to the next fragrance. Okay, so here we have Prada Paradigm, but I'm not reviewing Prada Paradigm, I'm reviewing a clone of it. And that is one I'm excited to see because it's brand new and it has a really cool packaging. This is, and I don't wanna mess up the name, Khadlaj Intoxicate Mystique. The full name is something longer than that, but we'll go with that. Anyways, nice packaging. We can see it's pretty similar to some of the other boxes we've already seen, but I'll just do a quick turn for you so you can see what that looks like. And let's get this opened up and see how it smells. There you go. Ought to be able to get it from there. So you can see the bottle sits right inside there. Let's pull it out. There's your packaging. Let's put that back together, move it out of the way. Take a look at that bottle. Yeah, that's what hooked me, was this bottle. Really cool looking. I like that gradient design that it has. You can also see there's something going on with the cap there too. Anyways, let's pull this apart and see how it smells. Okay, nice heavy cap. Right. Wow. That does not smell that close to Prada Paradigm. But it's clean, it's soapy, it's modern. Some woods in there. Let's compare it to Prada just to see. Yeah, I would say this is a little bit more airy and also a little bit more soapy, but nicely done, very enjoyable. If you get this, I don't feel like you'll feel like you're missing anything by not having the original. Smells great, well done, very modern. Compliments, yeah, it's a good one. It opens with bright bergamot and soft musk. The mid brings elegant geranium and smoky gaiac wood, drying down to creamy vanilla and a warm balsamic finish. And reports online say 8+ hours with strong projection on this. I enjoy this one and I can see myself wearing this one in the future for sure. So I'm gonna clean things up again and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so next we're gonna do Bharara Viking Rio. And I have a couple other Bharara fragrances and I've enjoyed every single one of them. Great company, great fragrances. Now these are a little pricier for clone than most clones are, but very enjoyable. You can see the presentation is pretty top notch. And it actually comes with a small refillable travel atomizer inside here. So you can put this on top of the bottle and you basically, it pumps down on top of the bottle and fills this up so you can take it on the go. So let's pull this out of the nesting there. So again, you can see the interior of the box. Close that up and move it out of the way. And this is a clone of Bond No. 9's Tribeca. You can see you get a nice Viking bottle with almost like a fidget spinner on the front there. Yeah, very nice. Definitely just like the original fragrance. This is sort of chocolatey on top with a undertone of like Baccarat Rouge 540. That's the best way I can describe it. A little bit of nuttiness in there as well. Pretty gourmand, Gorgeous fragrance. It opens with toasted hazelnut and raw cacao. The mid brings creamy jasmine and sturdy cedar, drying down to sweet caramel and warm ambroxan. So this one's actually very sweet, very creamy, and very powerful. This one, you got to be careful when you spray it. This one will fill up a room. An enjoyable fragrance. Compliment factor is very high on this one. Definitely a recommended buy, although like I said, it is a little bit on the higher end side for cologne fragrances. So let's move this one out of the way and we'll get on to our next to last fragrance. Put that right there. And next we're gonna do, this is Orientica's Dynasty. And I am a big fan of Orientica's packaging, as you can see. Nests right inside. Again, most of these now have these stickers of authenticity on the back, which is pretty cool. Anyways, Orientica is Al Haramain's higher end brand. And you can see that this is very well done. You can see the packaging is very high quality. The bottle itself is also very high quality. Let's move this out of the way. I really like their bottle designs. Now they used to have kind of more of a rounded thing and now it's gone to more of a square thing, squared off bottle design. But what's nice about it is because they put this cage around it, not only does it look nice, but it doesn't get fingerprints, which again is very much appreciated. So this is a clone of Gissa's Imperial Valley. Let's go ahead and put this on paper. So the best way to describe this one is it smells like sweet berries and incense. It actually smells like there's a little bit of oud in there, but I don't think there actually is. It's nice, it's very smooth, it's an enjoyable fragrance, it's also very heavy. It opens with tart red berries and resinous elemi. The mid brings earthy patchouli and dry vetiver, drying down to juicy raspberry and a warm amber base. Now this is not the closest clone to Imperial Valley that I've smelled, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because this is enjoyable in its own right. All right, you've waited long enough. Let's get to our last fragrance, the Dragon. Okay, so let's take a look at the packaging. You've waited long enough. If this is bad, I guess we'll be disappointed together. Now, this is gonna look great on my shelf regardless, but this is supposed to be a clone of the Penhaligon's fragrance. So let's crack this open and see how it is. Okay, that ought to do it. Whoa, look, my bottle came in 3 pieces. I'm gonna put this together real quick and then we'll get it on paper and smell it. Okay, so the box, just like the other boxes we've seen, so we see enough of that. Let's take a look at the bottle. Very high-end presentation, or you might think it's tacky, depending on what you think. I think it's pretty cool. I really like it. It's gonna look great on the shelf. And let's go ahead and see how it smells. Okay, decent atomizer. Okay. So I had heard that this has a cranberry apple smell in the opening, which I can confirm. There's a little bit of smokiness in there, which makes sense because it's a dragon. There's also a little bit of vanilla in there. It's decent. It's not blowing my mind the way I was hoping it was going to. It's good. Good, but not great, I would say. But let's go ahead and take a look at the notes on this so we can confirm exactly what's in this. It opens with crisp red apple and spicy cardamom. The mid brings smoky frankincense and velvety rose, drying down to warm amber and creamy vanilla. So I'm gonna have to live with this one for a little while to get a real read on how much I like it. It's not blowing my mind. In fact, of the two, the Dragon, I think the bottle maybe looks a little bit cooler, but I think I enjoy this fragrance a lot more. So, but this one could grow on me. I mean, we'll kind of see how it goes. Very unique. It's a very unique fragrance. It's unlike anything I've smelled before. And according to reports online, this is supposed to have excellent performance and last 8 to 10 hours on skin. So we started with the elephant and we ended with the dragon, but we found some cool gems along the way. And now I need to know, are you team elephant or team dragon? Drop it down in the comments and let me know what I got right or what you think I got completely wrong on this list. And if you're into fragrances, whether it be clone, niche, or designer, I've got a lot more coming, so make sure you're subscribed.